to the weather TARDIS over here and compare them with the professional readouts. On Oregon least.
With Darren, our man from the Met, on hand, we started by assessing the accuracy of the temperature readings.
Now, the real temperature is 13.6, but they all seem to be overreading quite a bit.
Yes.
On Oregon least, it's got 14.5. The Acton's over 17. The La Crosse is nearly 16.
So, just 1 degree out, the Oregon was the closest. And when it came to air pressure, it fared best again, reading the same as the official Met Office barometer.
4 marks in this case to the Oregon, getting it absolutely right.
The La Crosse and the Actim, however, were several millibars out. The Oregon was also top in humidity, and while the Actim doesn't even have a humidity sensor, it did come out best in wind speed.
So none of the weather stations are absolutely spot on, which is a bit disappointing, but obviously you shouldn't have too high an expectation of home kit. But clearly, the one that gets closest is the Oregon.
Now I needed some extremes of climate, and I knew just where to go. The Eden Project's rainforest biome deliberately creates a climate far hotter than the outside world. In here, the temperature is in the high 20s, and the humidity is nearly 100%. It's like stepping into a jungly sauna.
It's really steamy in here.
I wanted to see how fast my stations responded to changes in climate by setting the bases up first and then bringing their temperature sensors from the cold into the heat.
This should be a good spot.
The first one to reach 26 degrees would be the winner. Handily, the Oregon and La Crosse both have alarms which you can set for different weather conditions, including temperature.
Time to get the sensors.
My sensors had been outside, and as I didn't know how fast they'd react to the change in temperature, I had to run back up to my base stations.
You should never travel anywhere without an anemometer.
The race was on.
None of the alarms have gone off yet. The Oregon's reading the highest of the three. The Acton's just behind it. 20.3 on the La Crosse, which is the slowest to react. After an initial spurt, the Oregon seems to have steadied down a bit, because now the Acton's in the lead, is on 24.3, and the La Crosse on 23.6. Could be a closer run thing than we expected.
And it really was a very close finish.
They're all on 25.9. The suspense is heart-stopping. And the Oregon's gone off first. 26.
Well, John, I thought that was a great test.
Yeah, very
and I rather liked that green leaf that you seem to be wearing for the final part.
Yes, suitably tropical, I thought.
Was that what it was?
Yes.
Hey, but listen though, these weather stations, they were so varied, the results, weren't
Yes, much
they?
more varied than I expected, and by far the worst was the La Crosse, which I'm only going to give 1 G to, because it was just totally inaccurate, really, and also didn't even get the weather forecast right, so...
1 G for that.
1 G for that.
What's next?
2 Gs for the Acton, because it is actually quite good value, but really not accurate enough.
But the Oregon was great, wasn't it?
It was really good, I think, and I'm going to have to give 4 Gs to that, because it actually was almost accurate enough to compare with the Met Office's readings.
Wow. So, if you want to buy yourself a weather station, it seems that the Oregon is the one to get.